Hey everyone, I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with a general reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing you be ready for something. But I'm seeing you wait until exactly the right time to do this. It may be like a conversation, an announcement, something that you're putting out there. I'm seeing the timing be very important here. So you being patient and waiting for the right time. All right, this may be a new project that you are working on. It can have to do with anything that you're doing. A path that you are moving down currently. There could be something that you feel a little bit worried about. Or you could be stressing about it. Maybe among other things, though. Whatever this thing is that you're doing, you're into it. And it's new. Okay. Maybe something different than what you normally do, and that may be why you're trying to figure it out. So this can be like, hey, I want to do this activity that I've never done before. I want to start seeing this person that I never thought I'd date before. It's connected with you like taking a chance or taking a risk or putting yourself out there. For some of you, this is about knowledge. I'm actually seeing a cap with something on the top of it. It could be something educationally that you are doing. Or maybe you have a particular, I don't know, outfit or role that's associated with this for you. Whatever this is, it's out of the norm. To have the Fool here, this is like, it may be weird, but I'm okay with that because I want to do it. Or it may be different than what I normally do, but I'm going to try something differently. Or maybe I never thought that I'd be involved in this activity or with this person, but I'm interested in it and that feels authentic to me. And so I'm going to move forward with it. And this can also be like a new idea that you have that you're sharing, a new thing that you want to be working on, or like a new style or technique that you're using. Like say you usually make a particular type of music, maybe you're making a different type of music than you normally would, or you're using different instruments than you would, or you switch from acrylic to oil paints. It's something like that where whatever this is that you're working on, you're doing it in a new way. The Fool is about an innovative, creative energy. It's kind of like a scientist sort of energy where you're trying things out and you're experimenting, and it's something that you care about a lot. There's passion here. But it may even be calling on you to try something new or to try something different or to even think outside of the box. So I'm definitely seeing you be highly, highly creative. I'm getting a big yellow energy here. So your solar plexus energy. This is something that brings a lot of joy and happiness to you. We have the Ten of Cups here. So if we were looking at the Ten of Pentacles, it may be like I want to go after this thing for physical reasons. So it can be like getting a home or getting something within the physical reality. This is more of like an emotional or spiritual or energetic goal that you have. Like this speaks about fulfillment that transcends just physical means. And so when you get to the heart of the matter, that's what this is connected with for you. And that may be something that you're sharing. You may be like kind of putting something out there or delivering something. I'm seeing this be such a pure venture of yours that you're moving with. Yeah, you may be like sending something out or releasing something. And I'm seeing it definitely like come from the heart. It's kind of like a message that you're sending out that comes from the happiest place within you, and like the most solid place within you, and the place that you feel most connected with and feels most authentically you, and it feels original and spontaneous possibly. And you are opening yourself up to be vulnerable with the Fool here. Because the Fool is about trying things that maybe we haven't tried before, but taking a chance on it because you trust yourself. And it's really about having faith in what it is that you're doing. As much as you love what you're doing, it may come with some stresses as well. Like, as much as there's passion there, there may also be stress too. Sometimes fatigue is what I'm hearing. You may be sending a message out. I'm seeing there be like somebody that's kind of meeting you halfway. They may... I don't know why this would be weird. It just is like an uncommon message that's coming through. So the way that you're approaching things is like you're coming from this place where you're passionate about whatever this is that you're working on, you know, like you have real big feelings for this. It's something that you may be taking a risk with, taking a chance with, but your heart's in the right place because you're like, I really care about this. And so it's something that matters to me. And so even if I'm like risking something, or even if I'm allowing myself to be vulnerable, I feel like there's no other way even. Like you just feel like this is what you're meant to be doing. Everything feels right. I'm seeing that there's like a message that you're sending out, and I'm seeing somebody here meeting you halfway. See, I'm seeing this be your energy, and I'm seeing this be another person's energy where you are like meeting with this person. This person is coming from a background where they may have a lot of things, or they may have accomplished a lot, but they may not feel at ease about that. It's kind of like they have all of this stuff, or they come from like an affluent background, something like that. But they feel there's like something about that they may not feel at ease with. And it's like where you have this like peace and harmony doing things that matter to you. Like this person may be coming from a place where I'm just seeing you guys be in very different ways energetically. And even though like I don't know whether you have the same accomplishments as this person does, I kind of feel like this person may sort of have like a trophy room or something like that, where maybe there are a lot of things within the 3D that they've accomplished. Like, you know how I mentioned before, 10 of Cups is different than the 10 of Pentacles, because 10 of Cups is more like your spiritual fulfillment and your energetic fulfillment and things that transcend the 3D. This person may not have been approaching things in that way and may have been going after stuff within the 3D, but there's something that's not sitting well with them about that. So I'm seeing you guys have two very different energies, but you're somehow meeting one another, or you're connecting with one another. But I'm seeing like two different backgrounds. And if assumptions were made about this energy, like this person would be looking at you and being like, why do you feel so fulfilled? Like, how do you have that 10 of Cups? Where did you get that from? You know? And to have also like Uranus be over with your energy, you may be doing things that are like different than how people normally do them, but you're just following this internal map, this blueprint that you have. That may not be like the cookie cutter pattern that maybe somebody else, this other person, has been following, but it's not sitting well with them. It's like they may have like trophies and stuff like that, or like certain accomplishments or accolades, things like that. But at the same time, it's like they don't feel at peace about it, okay? So they're looking at you and seeing you kind of seem, you're in like a foreign energy to them. They may feel like you have answers that they're looking for. So I'm seeing this be mutually beneficial potentially between the two of you, because you may be like, I've been doing things this way, and maybe there's certain things within the 3D that I want to accomplish that this person can guide you within. And when it comes to like matters of the soul, you may be able to guide this person. Because again, like I'm seeing you guys in two very different energies. Like this person is more in like connected with fire and pentacles, and I'm seeing you more connected with water energy. And I'm seeing like Uranus definitely be strong for you too. Like maybe something that you're connected with that has to do with like your vocation or something like that. Your interests. I'm hearing it can be no other way. Keep in mind, this can all be your energy. Potentially. Like, for some of you, it's you and somebody else, but for others of you, this can definitely be your energy with your energy. Just, like, your energy that maybe has two different goals or motives here that you may be trying to synthesize. Because you're like, maybe I have my interests over here, but I'm not making money doing it. And I have this stuff over here that I'm making money doing, but I don't feel that interested in it, you know? And you may be trying to combine those two things. Just an example. Okay, so Two of Swords in the Death card, you have the opportunity to create a big change or a transition to facilitate that, but you may feel hesitant about it. Like, this is something where it's like, I could have stepped into this new space sooner, but I've been holding back because Death card means like everything is going to feel like it's shifting or changing in the area of life that this is relevant. So yeah. So you may have been putting off making a change that maybe you feel like it's time to. There could have been like a lack of self-trust before. Maybe you just weren't game for it yet, but now it looks like you're opening up to it and you may be more ready for it. You could have been in a spot too where you're like, it's either going to fail or it's going to fly, and I don't feel like I'm ready for one of those options, and so I want to like wait until I kind of work myself up to that. So again, like many different reasons why you could have been putting something off, but it seems like the tension is rising enough for you to make this decision now. And it feels like it's connected with which way you are going to go. Like, you may have different options. You may have an opportunity to really advance towards something that you feel engaged, you want to engage with, you're interested in, but it would be taking a risk or taking a chance. But you're like, but I could feel so potentially happy doing this. I really want to move in that direction. Like, maybe you feel like there's a lot at stake, but it's worth it to you. How about that? If you decide to go through this change, something is going to be coming to an end. And it could have been something that at one point in time brought about a lot of happiness to you or for you, but now you see that something else is connecting with that area of your life or that part of you. So if you decide to embrace this very big change, this very big transition that's calling to you now, it does mean that something is going to come to an end, but you feel like you're doing this for your pursuit of happiness. And that's why it would kind of be like a necessary trade. And you may also have to let somebody know about this decision or this choice, because I'm seeing like something ending and there being like a message that needs to be sent about this. You may not feel great about this ending. Like, I'm seeing you be in a spot where it's like, if I could do this in any other way, I would really like to. Or it definitely doesn't feel ideal. But I'm also seeing you be in a spot where you're like, if I decide to duck out and not make this choice, you'd feel kind of like you're being a coward, is like the most straightforward way for me to put this. And that's not to say that you should or shouldn't do anything, you know, like the choice is always yours. But as far as what I'm seeing energetically, you would be like, I didn't make that decision because I was scared or I was avoiding it. So I'm just letting you know what energy I'm reading. There's like no judgment or anything with it. Yeah. So I'm seeing you like really look into this and be wanting to figure out what you want to do, looking at this space where it seems like it's about time for you to not hold yourself back and go towards what you want, and also be able to enjoy that. So yeah, if you make this judgment call to end this, it is going to kick off a very big change for you if you are ready. What I'm seeing is that it looks like you have the choice. Like, if you want to avoid this and you don't want to initiate this change, it looks like you can stay doing what you've been doing. But I'm seeing you get the opportunity to make this choice here, you know? And your guides are really encouraging you to look at this and to really be aware of what it is that's motivating this choice for you. Like, are you motivated through a space of empowerment where you're empowering yourself? Are you making this decision based off of fear or resistance or avoidance? Like, what are you doing here? How is this choice being made? And how do you want to proceed? Looks like you're going to go towards what you want rather than what you don't want. I'm seeing somebody with a blue shirt on here. I will say this too, for some of you, you feel like being around a certain environment or having a certain person around you is conflicting with the stability that you were trying to create and build within your life, and that's become problematic. And you know that if you do something about this, it's going to mean potentially ending things with this person or ending something that's no longer sufficient anymore. So you're seeing what you need to see now. Okay, so there is a road that is now available to you. Now is a decision as to whether or not you want to go down that road. You can take a leap of faith, take a chance, and embrace the changes. because you feel like this is going to bring about a sense of happiness. If you decide to do that, there's also an ending, a decision to end something and needing to let somebody know, to like reach out to them or to like send a message or something like that. If that is. And so you're in a spot where you're like, do I want to do it? Do I not go for it? What do I want to do here? I'm seeing somebody come through. This person would be connected with. If you connect with this energy of whatever this is that's coming through, which feels like an offer, a counter offer, or somebody coming through and being like, hey, I'm bringing this stuff with me. Do you want it? You may be like, no, I don't want what you're trying to bring up or give to me, because you feel like this person's energy, like the way that they're going about doing things, it's going to mess with your sense of stability. So maybe that is partly a concern too. It seems like there are certain things that you want with an energy that's coming through, but then there may be other things that you don't want. And it's interesting too, because you have this energy which is like not known for its consistency that's like coming through towards you. So there may be like quite an inconsistent energy that's moving through, but it's almost one that may be like promising consistency, but it's an inconsistent energy promising consistency. And I'm seeing you be at a point where you're like, something about that isn't resonating with me, but you may feel sort of it's like there's this part of you that's like, no, it's not resonating with me, but then it's like you feel maybe conflicted about like saying that, or maybe advocating for yourself, because you're like, well, look at what's being promised to me, but you may not like how this comes about within your life. It's kind of like you have to be in some environment that maybe you don't want to be in, or be around a certain person to get certain things that you may look at and be like, yeah, it would be really nice to have this if it were just coming by itself, but it's coming with this. And you may feel kind of like this is nonsense energy of like, I don't know, something that kind of even takes away or like lowers the value of what this is in the first place. And then you're like, do I want to have to deal with all of that to sign on for this? So I'm seeing you like want to say no, but you feel conflicted about saying no. And I'm seeing you be at a spot where you're like trying to gather as much information as possible about all of this. Because it seems like, I don't know, what you want. I'm seeing the Six of Swords, so there's a concern here with you finding peace. Looking at Scorpio, Pluto, and Uranus. You have the truth. Whatever it was that you had been looking for, this is like being on the search, gathering, collecting information, like wanting to find things out, being curious, like sponge energy, research energy, trying to problem solve, talking to people to find answers, things like that. Ace of Swords is like, you got whatever this was that you were looking for. Like, you have the truth, you have the answers, you have that clarity that you needed. There's the epiphany. So whatever this was that you came for, you have it now. And now it's just about figuring out what you want to do about that. Okay? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.